Today on the 5-Minute Book Review starring Curtis and Ian, we take a look at the author the women love to despise and all the playas idolize. That's right, I'm talking about Tucker Max. Tucker Max openly admits he is a horrible person who does nothing but get drunk and womanize. However, he validates his lifestyle by putting his memoirs on an online blog for the world to read. And his blog became a book, and his book became a bestseller, and guys like Shakespeare continue spinning in their graves. Coin toss to start, and Ian is the winner.
Another 5-minute book review with Curtis and Ian. Today we're talking about I Hope They Serve Beer in Hell by Tucker Max. It's based on the popular website, as the world is tend to do this day, make, well, apparently now movies and books out of websites. This book is extremely popular. Lots of people seem to enjoy it. Lots of people seem to think it's funny. I'm not one of those people. I get tired of him really, really fast. I mean, his stories of going out and getting drunk and doing blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I get it. Okay, you like to party. Awesome. They're kind of funny at first, and then after several stories of it, you kind of get to a point where you're just sitting there going, I get what you're about, and I don't need to read a couple hundred pages of it if I really want to, let alone pay money to read a couple hundred pages of it. Being a purveyor of books, it pains me to say it, but the website's there and it's free. This is not funny. This is some guy's life that I'm assuming that people love because they want to live it.
Ian, when I first sat down and read this book, I was like, should we really be rewarding this kind of behavior in 2009 and celebrating it? And I have to admit, I'm absolutely 100% part of the problem. I didn't love the book, but I laughed. It made me laugh out loud, and I looked forward to the next chapter and the next chapter. And then I felt bad about myself, but I'm sorry, it's entertaining. Again, I know what you're saying. It gets old after a while, but I mean, he treats women quite poorly, and you can, make the argument, well, they allow themselves to be treated quite poorly, because I think people know who this guy is by now, and they know if they're going to, spend an evening with this guy, they're going to end up in a book and humiliated, and I don't know, maybe that's appealing to some people for that, 2 seconds of fame, but regardless, yeah, this lifestyle should not be celebrated. It's just, I guess, looking at it from an outsider's point of view, I can laugh at it, but, the fact that this thing's a bestseller worries me. But again, that's hypocritical because I'm clearly part of the problem.
Well, I don't know if it's an issue of being part of the problem. I mean, there's a lot of people who enjoy it. I mean, there's a type of humor in here that some people go for more than others. I mean, I'm sure there were parts that I got a chuckle out of too when I first read it, but like I said, by the time I got to the end point, I wasn't laughing anymore. I was kind of like, I've read this story 10 pages ago. Why am I reading it again? It is what it is. It's not, to me, it's not an issue of behavior. It's an issue of, I heard this somewhere before, it's just not funny. I don't necessarily have a shotgun full of hate for it, but still.
It's funny because he ruined his own book for me. His whole thing is he treats women terribly, and in one chapter, he's leaving and he's thinking to himself, man, that's going to be someone's mother someday, and that just really took I think all the humor out of the book after I read that line. I was like, yeah, that's probably true. Honestly, I thought the ones where he just got really wasted, my favorite one was the one where he got wasted and went to a hockey game. That one made me laugh, and he wasn't treating people too badly in that one. What do you think, Ian?
Well, the hockey game one was kind of funny, maybe because, like you said, he treated as few people poorly as possible. But generally, this guy seems to have built a reputation for himself by being a complete piece of crap to everyone all the time.
And sometimes people at hockey games kind of deserve to be treated poorly.
Fair enough.
I thought the last chapter was downright unreadable.
God, yeah.
He should be in jail. It was riding the fine line till the final chapter, and then it was I had to choke my supper down a few times while I was reading that. That's some nasty stuff. Is there no book censorship anymore? No one really stepped in and blacked words out or blacked scenarios out of that final chapter.
We do try to discourage that as much as possible, but I mean, it was published for a reason. People were interested in the site, people were interested in the book, and I guess people will be interested in the movie.
And the sad part is, we probably just sold another 40 copies of the book by not telling you what's so shocking about the last chapter. People are probably getting in their cars right now. Want to find out how horrible of a human being this guy actually is.
If people want to read it, they want to read it. Go for it, I say.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it to my mom.
No.